Today we'll be reviewing Archaeolo-Jess. Her passive is the same as any Outlander, increased loot chance by 6%, which is great if you're just farming material. Her first, passive is In the Zone, which increases pickaxe damage after 5 hits, which Outlander theme, allowing you to get resources very fast. Loot Llama, which is Loot Llama, you'd smash it to get resources. Loot Llama is surprisingly what her whole kind of theme will be around. We'll get into that later on in the review though. Teddy, which is great for taking down heavier targets. I usually prefer Teddy over her next ability, which we'll get into later on. Passing zone, increase run speed of all in the zone by 12%. Not a huge amount, but I mean, if you're going from card to card destroying it, you'll be able to get there quicker to the next card to be able to destroy it for more metal or crafting parts or whatever. Keen Eyes, this allows you to find rare containers, chests, ammo boxes, etc., which will be necessary when farming up supplies, or if you want to get rare stuff such as active power cells and things like that, that'll make it easier. Antimaterial Charge, which just is a single punch. Once you break something, you get all the supplies from it, so if you punch a card with this, you will instantly get everything from it and it'll be destroyed, which is really nice. The damage to enemies is kind of meh, so I don't usually use it as such, except as an escape or whatever. Loot Find, 6% extra chance to find double loot, that stacks up to 12%, and then with another Outlander with the passive support skill that gives you extra loot find, I think that goes up to 16%. Increase harvesting weapon damage by 24%, work, which again, she is a very farming oriented character. Keener Eyes, increase the range of Keen Eyes by 1 tile, which should effectively allow you to see into the basement and any far reaches of any house if you want to look for safes and chests and whatnot without actually entering the house. Phase Shift, which I've always kind of felt Phase Shift felt a little place it's useful for escaping, but the recharge time feels a little long. And then we get into the main part of our kit, Diamond Llama. Increase the yield of building materials and crafting ingredients within the Loot Llama by 50%. Drops crystals and doubles the amount of ore dropped when the Loot Llama is completely destroyed. Again, with this whole kit, it's based around farming materials and getting them fast. The next perk, which we'll just go into really quick, Deep in the Zone, increased damage resistance by 14% and pickaxe damage by additional 24% while in the zone. Pickaxe part is good. I've always had a problem with damage resistance, because with your low health pool on an Outlander, you're not just going to ignore zombies that are coming at you. I've always felt like it should be aggro range is made smaller so that they aren't attracted to you in the first place, because you're just going to turn around and shoot them with whatever you're holding at the time when they come at you. Anyways, with that plus your other perks, you should be able to solo destroy llamas. Increases the yield of building materials, which is, I mean, nice. It drops so many though. I mean, I think you can get like 2,000 of the materials from fully destroyed llama anyway, so that'll be nice if you're working together with the constructor and they're using their stuff. Drops crystals, which lower levels don't really care too much about crystals, but they're used in flame grill traps, I believe ceiling drop traps, and the floor freeze traps as well. And they're used in shadow shark weapons to create them, which at higher levels they're used pretty often, so don't count that out. The orbing draft, I don't really, as long as you're doing storm chests in every map, you shouldn't really have a problem with this. So overall, her good features, She allows for incredibly fast farming. Like, you'll be able to go through one map and probably hit 4K materials and everything with just 20 minutes. And then you'll just... and then you'll be able to get lots and lots of ore if you're doing the storm chest along with finding all your llamas. Good at farming, but I mean, even in Canny, you shouldn't really need to be farming that much unless you're making like 1,000,000 weapons and 1,000,000 supplies. As long as you're getting those storm chests and at least semi-exploring, even as constructor after finishing your base, like exploring houses and whatnot, you shouldn't really have a problem with finding supplies. And since she isn't really offense oriented, she's not that great. I don't think I'll be picking her up, but if you find yourself running into situations where you don't have enough supplies a lot of the times, then I really do suggest picking her up, because that diamond llama is actually going to be really useful.